you to all of you, as I say, for coming along this evening.
We're going to have a little discussion on identity this evening.
What we're going to start with is a wee sort of icebreaker, gentle sort of exercise, okay? And what we're going to look at is our identities, both individual and group identities, are things that are very important to us and are important in terms of how we see ourselves, but often, and that's the case for each and every one of us, we're labelled, if you live in Northern Ireland, mainly Protestant or Catholic. What we're going to ask you to do is to write down 3 things that are important to you.
We had a chance to look at a little bit about identity, things which are important to us. But as Yvonne said, often we get put into these categories. In our society, Protestant Unionist Loyalist, PUL, and Catholic Nationalist Republican, CNR, are terms which government and different agencies often use. So whether we like it or not, these are categories which are used to talk about us. So what we want to do is, well, let's have a little talk about how we feel about that.
Beginning, we put music down because we're really well known for Irish music. Friendly, we're really friendly. We're known as, we're known as friendly. The Irish food, stuff that you can't get away, like potato bread, potato crisps. We're known for dancing and singing.
Line dancing,
and losing.
Our first point of talking about it was that on its simplest level, Northern Ireland is where we all live, so it's an easy sort of geographic identifier. Here it's a neutral term, whereas if you declare yourself to be British or Irish, you're immediately pigeonholed into one category or the other.
I've written down here, I was born in Northern Ireland, which is British. Can't help it that this is a British country. I have a UK passport, it says British on it. I might say UK, but that's not Irish or Northern Ireland, it's UK. If I was on holiday and had a problem, it would be an advantage to be British.
Now I want us to have a little bit of a look at our religious identity. And we have 3 identities here we're going to put down in the room. Maybe you will disagree. But we're going to have a table for Protestant identity, one for a Catholic identity, and then we've got another label other.
There's one aspect of Catholic I look at. There's the label Catholic, and there's born Catholic. We're born into the Catholic faith, we're brought to the church, we receive our sacraments, and I would recognise a lot of faiths as equal. I don't see faiths as different sometimes as other people do.
We both came to the table and we said we asked each other what our thinking was behind other, and we both said Christian. And it sort of ties back into the sort of Northern Irish label as well, that we personally see it as more forward thinking, that by and large in Northern Ireland religion infers a certain political or national identity, and by using the term other, that you're sort of stepping away from society's thinking.
There feels more freedom in the faith expression. Like if you don't like one church, you can go to another, you're still a Protestant. We just seen it as there's different expressions of culture, heritage, whereas before it was spoken about Irish language, Irish culture, traditional music. In the Protestant culture, it varies. People are not involved everyone's involved in a band or marching or the Orange Order and all, and there's different expressions of their culture.
On the religion thing, it's something that's really you've grown up with. I think it's very personal and it's precious to you. But as I said, like, the Northern Ireland thing, I suppose it's a good vehicle maybe for bringing the 2 communities together. I think we should be able to have our, the religion, but it shouldn't necessarily be, to the fore as much as it is.
It just annoys me that everything goes hand in hand, so that it's, if you're Catholic, you're nationalist, you're Republican. If you're Protestant, you're Unionist, you're Loyalist. That if you're one, you have to, you're thrown in the box with everybody else. Whereas I'm not. I'm a Catholic and I'm not nationalist. And I'm Unionist. I'm happy for Northern Ireland to be part of the United Kingdom.
The thing with the national, being a Catholic and then being a nationalist or a, what's the other thing? A Republican. I always felt, because I didn't know, I thought all Catholics wanted, United Ireland, and that was just what they wanted, and us Protestants, we want to stay British. Even though I never talked to any Catholics and to hear their point of view, that was just the mindset. That's just the way it was brought up, and because you never discussed with anybody else, that was always a bit important. And it's only in the last lot of years, with groups like this, or things that I've heard, I see that that's not the way people have all different mixtures of religions.
And it's proven in sort of areas around the world where there has been social strife and stuff that it does take generations for animosity and group hate against group hate to sort of fizzle out. It's all about tolerance, and differences shouldn't divide us. Differences, like, we should respect our own differences and be proud of our own differences. But just because another person's different from you doesn't mean that they're taking anything away from you. You know, that we should be tolerant of everybody.
And we all felt the same grief. And I think sometimes I think the politicians would need to start picking out positive things about each other rather than feeding negativeness. We should all be able to represent ourselves and not be afraid, to be proud, to be forgiving, caring, loving people.
I really do love to talk about this kind of stuff, and I feel like it's still quite a controversial area in Northern Ireland to discuss, and sometimes you kind of shy away from having these kind of conversations for fear of offending people or for stirring up emotions that maybe you don't want to deal with on a day-to-day basis. But I really do love getting to kind of talk to people and meet people from different communities and with different views.